Hey guys, and welcome to another one of my No.1 Sentai Gozyuger episode commentating reviews. This time, it's episode 12, Demon Roar. And remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to give a like and subscribe. It means a lot to a small channel, as you watch to go play. So let's get into the episode. The episode opens with Gaia attacking the one-horned beast, but he's sent flying with a blast and he powers down, as the other Gozyugers look on. Before the one-horned beast's chest opens up, and Runa can be seen inside saying how much she hates Gaia. Before the chest seals up again. As the one-horned beast launches an attack towards Gaia, the Gozyugers rush in to defend him and block the attack, with some of the fire of the explosion catching on his instrument bag. Before Gaia passes out. Outside, the two titans are still battling, but Bouquet says she knew this would happen and it's time to withdraw. Covering herself with a barrage of shots, she disappears into a circle. Back in the Tiger Sword world, Queen Tiger June is being updated on events by Shining Knife and Mrs. Sweetcake, and they're devising a plan for its retrieval, which pleases Queen Tiger June because that no one is valuable and cannot be allowed to escape. As this is going on, Kuon is watching, and even he thinks it's interesting that an Oni has emerged from the No.1. As Bouquet comes in saying it is the Oni No.1. Or at least it was. Back at the half-century cafe, Ryuji's treating Gaia's wounds, and his bag of instruments, or what's left of them, on a table. Gaia explains to the team that Runa was his fiancée, and they're actually out looking for a Japanese wolf that was thought to be extinct when she fell off a cliff and died. Or almost died. When he got down there, she was still alive, but a one-horned beast came out of a circular portal and absorbs her. But this is where Bouquet takes up the story. And it turns out that no-ones can only take a form in the human world when they bond with a human, and they choose ones that have the same wish as them. But Juna's wish was to not die and to be with Gaia. But she happened to die at the very moment of her bonding with the No.1 beast, which caused things to go awry. Bouquet goes on to say this created something full of resentment and loathing. But in order to stabilise it, she got it to bond with Tag No.1, which brought everything together. As Kuon says, a No.1 created from death. But what did the death wish for? Apparently it was sometime after this that Gaia found his Sentai ring, and he travelled the world, learning to be the #1 Beastmaster, and his One Beast songs. Saying he has to set her free, he picks up his hat and starts to leave. But Hiroi says she's dead, isn't she? As he fondles his ocarina and leaves the cafe. Later, Gaia's playing his ocarina in the same place that Hiroi found Rikuo last episode, when Rikuo himself actually turns up, and sitting down, he picks up some sheets of music paper. Called The Echoing Melody, Gaia tells him that it's Runa's song. It says he wants to free Runa from the beast, but Rikuo says that Gaia wants to end it when he frees her, because he can hear it in the music. He asks if Gaia's really intended to bring her back, and Gaia says you can't bring someone back from the dead. And she hates me because I might as well have killed her. It turns out, on their expedition to find this Japanese wolf, he'd lost his footing. and she had rushed ahead and pushed him back. But in doing so, she lost her balance, falling backwards off the cliff. Saving him had been her last act. And now he blames himself for her death. Elsewhere, the one-horned beast is attacking, but as the Gozyugers approach, they're stopped by Kyon. As even Ryuji says, this is not the time for a No.1 battle. But Kyon says he's not going to let them interfere, because this is something the Queen wants. And he transforms into Garyudo. As the Gozyugers are about to transform themselves, the ocarina can be heard playing, and Gaia slowly approaches, calling out to Runa as the one-horned beast goes mad, and Rikuo joins the Gozyugers. And he tells the others that Gaia intends to finish it. Once again, the chest opens up, and Runa yells at Gaia. As Gaia transforms into Gal Red. Meanwhile, the foot soldiers attack the Gozyugers as they also, one at a time, begin to transform while fighting. Gaia continues to fight, including using the Gal Main Buster. But the one-horned beast manages to disarm him before he uses Falcon Summoner as well, which despite knocking the one-horned beast back slightly, doesn't do much to slow it down. While the Gozyugers fight the foot soldiers. And Herero fights his brother, Garyudo. The pair are evenly matched as Herero pulls out the Wolf Decalibur. But as he's thrown back by a shot from Garyudo, he turns to watch the fight between the one-horned beast and Gaia, as Gaia gets pushed back. And the Gozyugers look on, unsure of what his fate might be. The No.1 beast's chest opens once again. Gaia goes in for a hug, and for a moment it seems like he's hugging Runa, before he's thrown back with a blast so powerful that he's forced to power down, and the No.1 beast grows to a giant size. As Gaia accepts his fate and says it's fine as long as she can rest in peace, Sword Blue shows up, unleashing a barrage of shots against the No.1 beast. And coming out on the Sword's hands, he starts to sing Runa's song. And the No.1 beast pauses. When Gaia asks why he's singing that song, Rikuo says he heard it earlier. And we get a flashback to when the chest opens and Runa can be seen mouthing the words. Runa doesn't hate him at all, but the Oni inside has taken control. She's waiting for him, a beast tamer and his music. As Gaia takes out his ocarina and begins to play her song, with Rikuo singing along. The beast seems to go into a rage as we enter another realm where Runa becomes the Oni beast and Gaia becomes Gal Red as they're willing to fight for Runa's soul. And in the Sentai Mecha graveyard, Gal King returns to life, appearing in the city to help Gaia fight as it lines up next to the Sword Blue. On the ground, Herero sends his Wolf Decalibur up to the Sword, where, merging with Sword Blue, it becomes Sword Blue Decaclaw. It sends a portal across the chest of the No.1 beast before Gaia is launched from the chest of Gal King, and he ends up inside with Runa. As he starts to say he wants them to be together, she tells him to live. And even when she's reborn, she'll find him again, as she glows with the gold light and disappears. Returning to Gao King, Gaia and Rikuo get ready for their final attacks, destroying the No.1 beast. As Gaia says goodbye to Runa. Later, he tells the Gozyugers that she was smiling in the end, before he steps forward and hands his Sentai ring to Rikuo, saying he doesn't need it anymore. As he turns and walks away. When Rikuo asks where he's going, he just says he's a wandering beast tamer. It's time to wander and live. As the episode ends. Okay, so I think this is the first episode that I'm not overly enthused by. I don't know, it sort of had... Oh, I forgot to have my ring. Almost forgot that this video. Number 1. But I don't know, this episode didn't do it for me. It felt it was missing something. If it had been an extended episode, they could have cut half the stuff from this one, added it onto the last one. You would have kept the humour. It could be the humour from this season that this episode was missing. But I don't know, it didn't feel as good. For me personally, the episode kind of dragged a little bit. I mean, I don't want to be completely negative. I mean, getting to see Gao King and the fact that Gao King came back. I'm now sort of wondering, with the Sentai rings for who we had? Tyranno Ranger. We had Daijujin. And now for the Gao Ranger ring, we've got Gao King. Is it going to potentially be later in the series, we're going to have Sword teaming up with Daijujin and Gao King and King Oja and O-Blocker and Turbo Rescue or whatever. Turbo Rescue? That's Power Ranger. Car Ranger. I would love to see them fight alongside the old mecha. I'm also extremely jealous. Sword there. We've got a new form. We've got blue Deca Claw. So we've got blue's add-ons with red's add-on combined. And potentially there's a whole load of combinations we could get. And I'm kind of annoyed because the prices of the add-ons for that stuff is almost as much as getting that on its own. And that's the piece with all the electronics. I know you sort of get like blue and yellow together, and then you get green and black together, and then you get the red's one on its own, which has electronics, I believe. But why can't they all come in one pack? It's the 5 into 1. And yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to be stuck with just plain Sword Red, which is fine. It's there for a display piece, but it would have been nice that I could build it up with the basics. So that's kind of annoyed me a little bit. But I do like that we're getting more forms. Being a single mecha, single Zord season, which is why I'm also hoping that like things like Daijujin and Gao King will come back and do more stuff. I saw in the preview, I try not to watch them, but I didn't turn it off in time. We're going to get more backstory for Ryuji at last. So other than just his dad as a doctor who wouldn't understand, So probably things aren't great at home. We're actually going to get some backstory for Ryuji. I mean, it's only been 12 episodes. You know, it's what, almost quarter of a season before we actually get to it. So about time. Um, but yeah, it's interesting to know that they have to keep the people alive when the No.1's bond with them, because they have to be bonded with the human to exist in our world. And you know, if they die, like the person dies during the transfer, then the No.1 monster goes batpoop crazy. Um, but also, I mean, I was kind of wrong last week with the sort of extra life thing, but it was a case of a No.1 hosting a No.1, which was then hosting a human. So I was half right. I mean, I suppose they could sort of Russian doll the No.1s like later in the season. And they're like, right, we're fighting this one. We beat it. Oh no, it's like got another form. Oh no, it's got another form. Oh no, it's got another. Oh, for God's sake, it's got another form. Oh, come on, it's got another form. We could get something like that later on. Um, but yeah, I don't really have that much to say about this episode because, like I say, it just felt less than what we've had. Exactly the same length and everything else. It just felt like the episode was missing something. I don't know if it was the humor or it could also be that whole long musical number. Which, by the way, if you're wondering about like the silent parts in the clips, that's why I've been trying to cut out as much of that music as possible because you just know that's going to be like copyright claimed like mad because it's Toei. Um, yeah, the whole ages with the song sort of meh. I mean, if they wanted to go for like a song motif, they should have had Kyo Ranger and gone for the Earth Melody like King Oja did when they came to Earth. I loved that episode. That was a good two-parter. But yeah, not much to say about this episode. But I am looking forward to finding out more or finding out anything about Ryuji's past next week. So till next time, stay number one, like and subscribe. See you next time.